Have you ever felt like you're working hard but not really getting anywhere? Like no matter how busy your schedule is, you're still not hitting your financial goals? The truth is, most people spend their lives in a constant state of busyness, mistaking it for productivity. But what if I told you that achieving financial success and financial freedom isn't about working harder, but about working smarter? What if you could accomplish more in just 1 week than most people do in an entire year? It sounds too good to be true, right? That's exactly why most people miss the mark. They don't realize that the path to wealth is paved with intentional actions, not endless to-do lists. The problem is, many people fall into the trap of thinking that being busy means being productive. They spend their days juggling tasks, meetings, and commitments, yet somehow never move closer to their financial dreams. It's time to break free from that cycle. In this video, we'll reveal the strategies that high achievers use to maximize their results. Strategies that can help you fast-track your progress toward financial freedom. And here's the best part. You won't need to wait years to see results. You'll be surprised at how quickly things can change when you start focusing on what truly matters. If you've been frustrated by slow progress or feel like you're spinning your wheels, this is the moment to take control of your financial future. Ready to learn how to get more done in 1 week than most people do in 12 months? Let's dive in. 1. Time management is not enough. Everyone has heard it before. Manage your time, and you'll achieve financial success. But if we all have the same 24 hours, how come only a few manage to reach true wealth and financial freedom? The truth is, time management alone is not enough. Imagine someone who organizes their day to the minute, but focuses on tasks that don't move the needle. It's like running on a treadmill. You're moving, but you're not getting anywhere. What matters isn't just how you manage your hours, but what you choose to fill those hours with. Picture a business owner spending hours on emails when they could be strategizing for growth instead. Big difference, right? The secret lies in what you focus on, not just how well you manage your day. You can manage your time perfectly, but still miss out on opportunities to build wealth. Instead of cramming your schedule with endless to-do lists, think about how you can prioritize the activities that actually lead to financial freedom. For example, rather than wasting time on tasks that make you feel busy, why not focus on investments, networking, or learning skills that directly impact your financial goals? That's how the top 1% operate. They don't just manage time, they manage their focus. So, before you start color-coding your calendar or optimizing your to-do list, ask yourself, are these tasks really leading you toward the financial life you want? Because, in the end, financial success isn't about working more hours, it's about working on the right things. And speaking of focusing on the right things, let's dive into the next crucial point. Understanding the difference between being busy and being productive. 2. Busy versus productive. Being busy is something we've all experienced. You're constantly doing something, always on the move, but at the end of the day, you wonder, did any of it actually matter? That's the trap of being busy. It feels good to check things off a list, but checking things off doesn't always lead to financial success or financial freedom. Productivity, on the other hand, is about focus. It's about knowing that only a few tasks will make a real difference and choosing those tasks over the endless noise of busyness. For instance, you might spend hours perfecting a presentation, but if that presentation won't help you close a deal or build wealth, you're just filling time. The essence of productivity is about leverage, getting more out of your efforts than the time you put in. Think of someone who dedicates 2 hours to researching investment opportunities that will grow their wealth versus someone who spends 8 hours organizing their files. The first person is productive because they're working on something that will have a long-term financial impact. The second person, while busy, is spinning their wheels. Productivity is not about the quantity of work, but the quality and impact of the work. You don't need to work 12-hour days if the few hours you work are strategically focused on building financial freedom. So, how do you move from busy to productive? First, you need to stop measuring your day by how many tasks you complete. Instead, ask yourself, which actions today will make the biggest impact on my financial goals? Productivity requires you to identify the key activities that will actually move you forward. Maybe it's spending time on a profitable side business, networking with the right people, or developing a new skill that can increase your earning potential. Shifting from busyness to productivity is about focusing on the tasks that create leverage for your future wealth. 3. 4 essential questions. When it comes to achieving financial success and financial freedom, the answers aren't always found in doing more. They're found in thinking more deeply. Sometimes we need to step back and reflect on the direction we're heading, instead of simply pushing forward. Asking yourself the right questions can clarify your goals and guide you toward more intentional actions. Before diving into actions, it's essential to ask the right questions. Questions that help you understand where you are and where you want to go. These reflections guide your focus and push you beyond the surface level of daily tasks. One of the most powerful questions you can ask is, what would you do if fear and failure weren't holding you back? This question forces you to explore the bold moves you might be avoiding simply because of fear. Without the fear of failure, what would you pursue? A new business? A major investment? It helps reveal the ambitions you've held back on. The next question to reflect on is, what will you be most proud of a year from now? This isn't just about setting a goal. It's about choosing a milestone that will have a lasting impact on your life. Think beyond the immediate. What action can you take today that your future self will thank you for? Maybe it's finally paying off that long-standing debt. Or perhaps it's about creating a savings buffer so robust that you no longer lose sleep over money. Picture yourself a year from now, reflecting on how far you've come. What financial move, if you started today, would give you that deep sense of accomplishment in 12 months? This reflection forces you to stop thinking in terms of short-term gains and focus on long-term financial security, building true wealth. Then we come to the hard part. What are 3 things you need to stop doing? It's easy to add tasks, but we rarely think about what we need to cut. This question is all about eliminating the noise. Look at your daily habits. Are you spending too much time on things that drain your energy without contributing to your financial goals? Maybe it's mindlessly scrolling through social media, overcommitting to activities that don't align with your vision, or even indulging in unnecessary spending habits that slow down your progress. These small actions add up, and stopping them can free up time and money that could be directed toward building your financial future. By cutting out what doesn't serve you, you make space for what does. Like learning about investment strategies, creating new income streams, or focusing on high-value activities. Finally, what advice would you give someone else in your situation? Sometimes, we are our own worst critics, and it's easier to see solutions for others than for ourselves. Imagine a close friend coming to you with the same challenges you face. What would you tell them? Often, we give others the advice we need to hear ourselves. This question forces you to step outside of your emotional bias and look at your situation objectively. If someone came to you, stuck in a financial rut, you'd likely tell them to cut back on unnecessary expenses, start investing wisely, or seek out opportunities for passive income. By asking yourself this, you can gain clarity on the steps you need to take to move toward financial freedom. These questions aren't just mental exercises. They're tools that help you align your actions with your true financial goals. Now that we've explored how to reflect on your journey, let's look at the phases of life and how each one presents unique opportunities for wealth building. Topic 4. Life Phases. Life is a journey, and if you want to build financial success and achieve financial freedom, It's crucial to understand that this journey comes in phases. Think of life as a series of stages, each offering different opportunities for growth and wealth. In the first phase, from birth until your mid-20s, you're in the learning phase. This is when you should be soaking up as much knowledge as possible, building the foundation for your future. You're not expected to be rich yet, but you should be focusing on acquiring skills, education, and most importantly, developing a mindset that will serve you later. This phase is about setting the stage for wealth, not achieving it immediately. What you invest in learning today will compound, just like smart financial investments. Then there's the working phase, typically from your mid-20s to your 60s. This is the engine room of your financial life. The decisions you make here will largely determine how you'll live later. The trap most people fall into is thinking that hard work alone will lead to financial freedom. But it's not just about working harder. It's about working smarter. You should be building assets, whether that means investing in stocks, starting a business, or growing multiple streams of income. This is the time to take calculated risks and invest in your future self. The question is, are you using this phase to merely survive, or are you building something that will sustain you for the long haul? Finally comes the freedom phase, or what most people call retirement. But here's the key. Retirement doesn't have to be the end of your journey to wealth. It's not about waiting until 65 to enjoy life. It's about setting yourself up so you can enjoy financial freedom earlier and keep growing even as you age. If you've done the groundwork in the working phase, this time of life can be about enjoying the rewards, but also about continuing to find ways to grow your wealth, whether through mentoring, investing, or simply enjoying the freedom that comes with financial security. The goal isn't just to stop working, but to live with freedom throughout every stage of your life. And speaking of living with intention, let's explore why most people are sleepwalking through life without even realizing it. 5. Avoid sleepwalking through life. Most people go through life on autopilot without even realizing it. They follow routines, go to work, come home, and repeat, never stopping to question if their actions are truly aligned with their goals for financial success and financial freedom. It's easy to fall into this trap because it feels comfortable, predictable. But this is exactly how you end up looking back one day with regrets, wondering where all that time went. Think about it. How many times have you gone through an entire week just reacting to things without actually moving closer to your vision of wealth? Sleepwalking through life can cost you valuable opportunities for growth. Breaking out of this autopilot mode requires intentionality. You need to wake up to your life, literally and figuratively, and start living with purpose. This means making conscious choices that lead you toward your financial goals. For example, instead of just showing up to work every day, ask yourself, how is this helping me build wealth? If it's not, maybe it's time to pivot. Take stock of your habits and routines. Are you passively consuming content, wasting time on distractions, or spending money on things that don't bring long-term value? Becoming aware of these patterns is the first step in taking back control of your life and finances. Once you've recognized where you've been sleepwalking, the next step is to act. Take purposeful steps toward financial freedom by setting clear, achievable goals. Maybe it's as simple as automating your savings, cutting unnecessary expenses, or finally starting that side hustle you've been thinking about. These small changes can wake you up from autopilot and set you on the path to intentional living. When you live with purpose, every decision you make is aligned with your vision of wealth, and that's how you avoid the trap of drifting through life without direction. And speaking of living with purpose, the next step is focusing on your true desires, not what society expects of you. 6. Focus on true desires. In the pursuit of financial success and financial freedom, it's easy to get caught up in what society expects from you. climbing the corporate ladder, buying a bigger house, or owning the latest car. But the truth is, you don't have to be rich in the conventional sense to live a fulfilling life. Many people chase after wealth because they think it will bring them happiness, only to find out that it's not the money itself, but the freedom and choices it provides that truly matter. What if you focused on what you really desire instead of what others expect you to want? This shift can redefine how you approach your financial goals. True wealth comes from aligning your actions with your personal desires, not societal standards. Maybe your dream isn't to own a mansion or luxury car, but to have the freedom to travel, spend more time with family, or work on passion projects. When you stop chasing the external markers of success and start focusing on what makes you genuinely happy, you'll find that your path to financial freedom becomes much clearer. For some, this might mean simplifying their life, cutting unnecessary expenses, or downsizing to achieve more flexibility. For others, it could mean pursuing entrepreneurial ventures that align with their passions. The key is to define success on your own terms. Ask yourself, what do I really want? Is it more time, more freedom, more peace of mind? Once you're clear on what truly matters, you can start directing your energy toward those things. This doesn't mean you have to reject wealth. In fact, aligning your financial strategies with your true desires will likely bring you closer to it. But the journey becomes far more meaningful when you're not chasing empty goals, but rather focusing on creating a life that feels rich in every sense. Now, let's talk about how journaling and reflection can help keep you aligned with these desires and accelerate your journey toward financial freedom. 7. Journal and reflect. Journaling is not just about putting pen to paper. It's about creating a space where you can organize your thoughts, set clear financial goals, and reflect on your journey toward financial success. When you take a few minutes each day to journal, you're giving yourself the opportunity to see things more clearly. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of life and lose sight of the bigger picture. But writing down your goals, whether it's saving a certain amount, starting a side hustle, or learning about investments, makes them real. It's like planting a seed that you can nurture and grow into wealth. More than that, journaling helps you reflect on the actions you're taking daily. Are the things you're doing bringing you closer to financial freedom, or are they just distractions? By tracking your habits, you can spot patterns that are either helping or hindering your progress. For example, maybe you notice you're spending too much on things that don't align with your long-term goals. Once you recognize this, you can adjust your behavior. It's these small, consistent reflections that compound into big financial wins over time. Journaling acts as a compass, pointing you back toward your true north when you've drifted off course. Another powerful aspect of journaling is that it holds you accountable. It's one thing to think about your goals, but when you write them down, they become a commitment. At the end of each week, look back at what you've written. Did you hit your savings target? Did you take that step toward investing? By constantly checking in with yourself, you'll start achieving more in a week than most people do in a month. This process of reflection and course correction is the key to staying aligned with your path to wealth and financial freedom. And now that we've explored how to stay on track, let's dive into how you can put all of this into practice and achieve more in less time. Now that you've learned the secrets to accomplishing more in a week than most people do in a year, the question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Will you continue letting time slip by, or will you take action and start applying these strategies today? Remember, financial success and financial freedom are within your reach, but only if you're willing to stop settling for busy and start focusing on what truly drives your wealth. What's stopping you from taking that first step? Think about it. Are you ready to cut out the distractions? Focus on your true desires and commit to living with intention? It's time to challenge yourself. Ask yourself those 4 essential questions. Reflect on your habits and take control of your future. The only person standing between you and the life you want is you. So why not start today? Your financial freedom is closer than you think. And don't forget, if you want to keep learning how to build wealth and master these principles, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. This way, you'll never miss out on more powerful insights that can help you transform your life. It's time to make that change. Are you ready? See you soon.